In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust as the Republic of Mentellect. The true 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentellians. And Ahmen'S to all my Mentellian brothers and sisters out there, registered members of the Republic of Mentellect, and to all future Mentellians who have yet to make their way home to the Republic of Mentellect, which is Ahmen's covenant. I send greetings out to you, and I send peace out to you in our Mentellian language by saying to you, Ahmen'S. Good evening. I am your host, the intellectual leader, Ninkari. And this is Mentellect Radio. And tonight we're going to be discussing the judgment and punishment for disobeying Ahmen's transmission. Now, this goes out to everyone who has an ear and was able to hear. This is why I said it in the book of Revelation. If you have an ear, let you hear, meaning listen and hear, not just hear it as in the physical sense of hearing something, as in you hearing tones and sounds and vibrations, audio, not just the audio being able to hear it, but also to hear it and also to heed what you're being told. Be aware of what you're being told. Be aware of what's about to take place, right? Because the judgment and the punishment that follows is meant to be a warning and a sort of preparation for something to come. Now, the fact that you are able, those of you who heard this message, those of you who've walked with me, who've come into the Republic of Mentellect, bore witness to this message in Mentellect, always found me to be straight and to the point, but no chaser. And you bore witness to the logic and the rationale of this message beyond belief. For those of you who turned your back and walked away after you were allowed by Amen to hear this transmission, you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed because the whole point of this message going out to certain people and not others is that you have been chosen to be a part of the book of life for the future world to come. You are chosen by hearing this to be a part of this future world to come, this evolution that takes place. Right? The people, the places, the possessions, the species that are judged by Amen and are seen fit to continue into the future world, into the next world, upon the evolution that takes place, those are the chosen. That means you were chosen to go into the next world. You were chosen to be part of this evolution, right, to the next point, to be extended to the next point, right? You were chosen. You have certain people who are not chosen, who are by birth meant to just fade away. That's why it says, you got those people who are born to die. They are born to come into the world and just fade away, right, without trace. Those of you who heard this message, who had an ear and were able to hear, you came here to be extended, and you were given the ability to hear and listen, not just hear, not just the audio. Destruction is necessary for the point of evolution. Destruction is necessary for the point of evolution, right? Because you have to bring next level things into this atmosphere, this three-dimensional atmosphere, which is being stacked onto higher and higher dimensions which are coming in. You have to be able to move forward in the next time frame. You have to be able to extend into the next time frame, into the next dimension, into this state of evolution. Just like all things, when you had dinosaurs here, right, and the Amen beings made a judgment that they would no longer be able to extend the lives of these dinosaurs for what was coming next, outlived their usefulness, they destroyed them. Right? They destroyed them. That was the judgment, and that was the punishment. They destroyed them. Right? Now people say, well, why were they punished? What did they do that was wrong? Right? Well, again, they outlived their usefulness. Because punishment usually comes even to those who don't feel they need to be punished when you begin to outlive your usefulness. What do I mean by that? I mean that when you no longer decide that you are going to evolve and be a part of the evolution, because people are always given the blueprint of what's next. And if you are not able to extend yourself into what's next, if you are not able to move yourself to next, if you get stuck in time frames and traditions and customs that are outdated, right? When you are instructed to move forward, then guess what? You will be devoured. You will be devoured by any form of change that Ahmen sends. With the dinosaurs, it was meteorites. It was meteorites, because I'm sure some of them got the message that Ahmen sent them, and Ahmen kept them. The Ahmen beings kept them safe, kept their genetic material safe, allowed them to go and survive in certain parts of the earth for future use or for future reference. And those who were hard-headed, because you got hard-headed everything that just can't listen. Animals, everything. People who just can't listen, who just won't get it. You got hard-headed everything, who's stuck. They're stuck in their own way, and they're used to things being the same, and they cannot evolve. So what do? You get rid of them. That's the punishment. You get rid of them, because things have to continue on. Life has to continue on. Life has to continue on. Evolution has to continue on. And you can be part of the evolution, or you can be destroyed by the evolution of Ahmen. You can either be part of the evolution of Ahmen, or you can be destroyed by it. A lot of so-called black people, a lot of our so-called people, black and white and humans, are going to be destroyed by Ahmen's evolution. A lot of them are not going to make it. A lot of them are not going to make it. Again, this is why you see the so-called black race being exterminated right now. Ahmen's allowing that to happen. Ahmen's allowing the so-called black race to be exterminated, because a lot of the so-called black race have already received the warnings, right, of evolution. You had great men, which are prophets, in this day and time, come to warn people to change their lives and to evolve onto another level, right? Level of law and order. You had great men like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right, who taught the first community about the first real futuristic type of community, right? Though he was using Islam, but he brought about a futuristic version and tried to bring about a futuristic community to take our people forward. And certain people heeded the warning, right, that we have to come together as a community, as a people, in order for us to live forward. This is the judgment, the commandment of Ahmen, that we move forward collectively as a people, as a community, both men, women, and children, in order for us to, and certain people heeded that warning and others did not. Others did not. So once you no longer hear, or you don't hear the message, because everybody heard the message of the messenger in that time. People, they're like, oh, I like that. I like what he's saying, or I don't like what he's saying. I ain't with that. I'm going to just live my life and blah, 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 and whatever. Those people were already marked for death. Those people were marked for death. Right? Some people died in very painful ways. They were allowed to live or exist until the time they were dying. And all this time they were existing in pain. They were going through turmoil, things they didn't even see that affected their lives based on the decisions that they made. They were dying slowly. Because you got a lot of people, but well, I ain't dying tomorrow, so I'm good. I'm good. Everything in my life is good. No, you're going to die slow. That's even worse than dying fast. You're going to die slow. These people came down with health issues and things like that. Family members started to just die off and things like that. Because, again, this was part of the judgment. A slow death. A slow death is part of the judgment and the punishment. Slow death, to watch your family die, to watch yourself get old and start to break down, right? To sit around here and have all kinds of things happen to you, because like I said, even then our people are too slow to see that they're being punished because they weren't able to move forward. They weren't able to be part of that evolution. And they heard the word. They heard the message. They heard the message of the message of the messenger. They heard the message of Dr. Malachi Z. York, great man like that, right? People who they turn their backs on, people who got out of the Nation of Islam, right? After living that clean life that the messenger set forth for the people and went to Orthodox Islam. Now I see a lot of them people, they look old as hell. A lot of those people who followed the messenger was cleaned up. They had no facial hair, was all clean and everything. And they went and they decided to follow the so-called Arabs and mankind, which is really following death. And what is their judgment and punishment? Death. Look at Minister Farrakhan. He didn't follow the ways of the messenger. He started to follow the ways of the Arabs and all these other people. Next thing you know, he come down with cancer. Right? He's sick. And Ahmed allowed him to live, but look at how he got to live. Look at how he got to exist, I should say. He's not really living. The messenger lived every last day of his life till he passed on to the next world. Whether he had the bronchitis and things like that, he lived good. He lived good. Right? Look at how they had to go. Look at how Minister Farrakhan is. Look at how Muhammad Ali went out. Right? Muhammad Ali was another one who heard the message. Right? And chose to do what he wanted to do and then went into Orthodox Islam. Look at how he went out. Right? Look at how he went out. And then you had Malcolm X heard the message. Right? Because Muhammad Ali and Minister Farrakhan, they getting slow death sentences. They getting slow death sentences. Right? And Malcolm X got a quick death sentence. He got a quick one. See, all this happens when you are not part of the evolution. This all happens. Right? When men decide they don't want to give up their positions, they don't want to get up off the throne and let the younger ones come up and lead, because that's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. You have to move with the flow. You have to move with the flow of the evolution that Ahmed is sending forward. That is the judgment that we all must follow, even myself. Even myself. Because to go against that renders punishment. It renders death. Slow death or quick death. And the slow death, like I said, you watch everything fade away from you. You watch everything. You start to gradually lose your mind. You start to gradually lose your mind. All right? Slowly but surely. Dr. Malachi Z. York, he was the sacrificial lamb of this evolution. He was the sacrificial lamb. He had to go to jail for something he didn't do, right? But allowed to go on amongst people in his organization. Not saying he allowed it, certain things of, and I'm not saying he's guilty of it, but, obviously Ahmed chose to see it that way, right? Ahmed chose to see it that way. Now, again, this is not no slight against him at all. You have to have foresight when you're a leader. You have to have foresight, because Ahmed even punishes leaders. When we refuse to use the foresight that Ahmed gives us, and we choose to look at, what people think and what people going to say and what people going to do, even I would be judged and punished. Me myself. Because I always have to look at things through foresight. That's no coincidence that it's F-O-R, they say F-O-R-E and F-O-U-R, foresight, fourth dimensional sight. You have to look at things as a leader through fourth dimensional sight. Dr. York kept looking at things through three-dimensional sight. He would go back and forth. He would worry about people, right? He started worrying too much about the people and not the power beyond that. So that was his judgment and punishment. And again, it's not that he was guilty of anything other than disobeying the foresight that was laid forward for him. Because you see after a while, the people who you are around, the level of thinking they're able to go to, and you have to make a judgment from there based on what Ahmed gives you through foresight to move past these people, to move past these places. Like he didn't want to move past the land, to get rid of these things, get rid of these people, and put yourself in a different space and prepare for an evolution and a transmission. But he didn't do that. He was too slow to do it. And this is his punishment. We are not going to escape judgment. We are not. Right? We're not going to escape judgment. Right? None of us are. Not even myself. But the whole point of certain people who will go through the judgment, aka through the fire, those who are able to go through the judgment, through the fire, through the refinement to be an evolved man and evolved woman on a higher state of being, is that we will come out on top as the judges and the instruments of Ahmen. We will do that. Right? And those who don't stand up to it will fall under the judgment. They will fall under the judgment. Again, this is a judgment of evolution, and those things that cannot evolve in the sight of Ahmen will be destroyed. That's why I put that picture up there, and you see the people burning and fire and lava and whatnot. That represents people who are being sacrificed. The old has to be sacrificed for the next or the new to come forward. The old has to be sacrificed. You have to decide. Which do you want to embrace, the next or the old? The next or the old. A lot of people wanted to embrace the next who came in here to the Republic of Intellect. They wanted to keep embracing the old stuff. I want to be my old black self again. I want to be like you, or you never let it go. And their judgment came because they will stay stuck there until they die. They will exist in that old stage, and they will watch things leave them. They will receive a slow death, or some might end up getting a quick death, a fast death. This is the punishment. And again, people say, oh, what, Nuben trying to scare people. No, Nuben ain't trying to scare people. I'm telling you what it happens. I tell you what happens. I already know. And I've watched these people, because the first thing to go upon receiving this judgment and punishment is that you start to lose your mind. I know. I'm not telling you something I believe, because I don't believe anything. I'm telling you what I know. I watch people's minds go. Then I watch their bodies go. I watch their soul. Well, their soul's already gone. Then gone. Then their bodies start to go. And all the bodies around them, all the people that they cared about within that strand of people, place, and possession starts to leave, starts to fall away. Because just like these things around them, because they were not able to evolve, these things and these people around them won't evolve, and they will fall away. Right? They will show you just who they are before they fall away. And you have to decide, are you going to be the phoenix out of the ashes, right, of a people who have been judged and punished and destroyed, or are you going to be part of the destroyed? You have to decide right now, because this message is going out. This is a message of revelation, evolution, and destruction. Raw and uncut. Raw and uncut. That's what this is. Who can make the cut? When you have people playing, when you got people who vying for that spot on the football team, right? And you're going to have certain people who are really good. You're going to have certain people that are okay. And you have certain people who just can't play. The ones who just okay and the ones who can't play at all, they're going to phase out, right? Certain things they can't do. They might have made it to that point to be judged or receive the message or hear the word, but then they can't make it all the way because they can't live it. They can't see themselves in a future world. You might have somebody who you with, and you know damn well that this person is not going to be part of the evolution. I don't care if it's a guy, it's a girl, somebody you with. You already know you're not going to be part of the evolution, but you hold on to them anyway. You hold on to them. You hold on to them anyway. And you refuse to sacrifice them. And because of that, you will be sacrificed with them. And as you're being sacrificed with them, those very people, after the sacrifice, will turn on you. And you will watch these people make your life a living hell. They will tear down your life as you are falling down with them. You'll have certain people who you might start out with young, and then over time that you put in with these people and all of the frustration and the things you go through with these people who you want to hold on to, it ends up making you old. It ends up aging you. You don't grow refined with these people. You don't become mature with these people and look good. You start to get old. You start to see yourself getting old from stress and worry. That's the judgment and the punishment of Ahmen. Because you love those people that much and you then heed the word of Ahmen and see that these people were not meant to be part of the evolution. They were not meant to be the next men and the next women of the future realm to receive that high mental power. They were not meant to be a part of it. So therefore, you, because you love the people, place, and possession, you couldn't let go of your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you couldn't let go of, you will perish with them. That is the judgment. That is the judgment of the true Lord Ahmen. Not no fake gods and no false devils. Not no Allah, not no Jehovah, not no Yahweh, not no Yahweh Shai, not no Christ. No, this is the judgment of Ahmen, because the judgment of Ahmen is based on evolution. The judgment of Ahmen is based on evolution. Right? Who can make the cut, raw and uncut? Who can make the cut? Who can make it to the next chapter? Who can make it to the next page? That's what this is based on. And those of you who cannot make the next chapter, the next page, you're going to be phased out. You're going to be phased out. That's why I tell my people all the time, I said, those of you who are not really of Ahmen, stop faking the funk. Get up out of here, because, again, you holding somebody's seat. It's meant for you to go fade to black. It's meant for you to go fade to black. You understand? That's what it is. Don't hold nobody's seat. You understand? Don't be up around us and whatnot. You know that you are marked for death. You are marked for death. You are marked for degeneration, not regeneration. Many of our people are marked for degeneration, and they're marked for degeneration. They come onto the earth to be born to die, because it is supposed to serve as an example for us of what not to do, what not to be a part of, who not to associate with. That's what it's supposed to be for. And again, we don't take that heed. Because the person you might have next to you might be a test from Ahmen to see if you choose that person over Ahmen. You understand? That person you might have next to you who you know is not going to be part of the evolution, they might be put in your life just for Ahmen to test you, or for you maybe basically to test yourself to see. Because if you could say so much that, yeah, I'm part of the evolution, I'm part of the evolution, I'm part of it, and whatnot, and then when you can't even make that jump from moving past people, place, and possession, meaning the people who were in your life, in your former life, you can't move past those people, and that means you're not fit for evolution. You're not fit for it. You're not fit for evolution. If you can't walk away from somebody who you did not know from the time you were born, right? You can't walk away from that person, because you got a lot of people who you willing to walk away from your parents and family members, but you ain't willing to walk away from that girlfriend and that boyfriend you was with. You're willing to walk away from people who knew you all your life, who you were born to, but you're not willing to walk away from that people, and that's backwards. I can see you having an attachment for maybe your parents or somebody like that, but not somebody who is a lover, a friend, or whatever. You're not supposed to have no attachments for them. You're not supposed to have none. Right? This family here, the Republic of Mentellect, is not based in friendship. It's not. This is the mental family. This is the mental family. This is the mind, body, and soul family, but this is the strong mental family. No, we did not come out of the same mothers and fathers and whatnot. We came from the same intelligent or the mental or the Ahmenic parents. We came from them. We came from them, and so based on that, this is how we are connected. This is how we are connected. This is how we are magnetically connected. And a lot of our people, like I said, they don't want to let go of the old world. You being told right now to let go of the old world, let go of the old people, let go of the ones who you see and you know are not going to evolve. Let go of the ones you know are not going to evolve. And demands that you let them go now. Or face the punishment, face the consequence. And again, I say for the people who were already basically slated to be destroyed, because again, you got a lot of these people, when misery loves company, they want you to be destroyed with them, because they already know their head is on the chopping block. They already know. They already know. They might be with you just to be your test. Again, like I said, to be your test to you, your test of will. They're not here for nothing else but to be the albatross around your neck. You understand? They're here, they might be here just be the albatross around your neck. And you have to remove that albatross and move forward. And once you remove that albatross, and then they will disappear. They will dissipate. Once you sacrifice them, Once you sacrifice them and are willing to walk this path by yourself and then meet someone else who you meant to be with in this pathway, that's going to come to you. All childish things must be sacrificed because we're in that time of sacrifice. We're in that time of sacrifice. All childish things, all foolish things must be sacrificed because we're in that time of sacrifice. We're in that time right now of sacrifice, real sacrifice. That sacrifice of the true and living. We here and we of it. This is a part of it. And a lot of our people, like I said, they're going to miss that already. Because it's easy to walk away because you see so many of the people who this word is going to go over their head. So right then and there, Ahmen didn't send that transmission to them because Ahmen already judged that they would not be able to receive it. Ahmen already didn't send that transmission to the mass majority of the people on this planet. Ahmen didn't send it to them. They didn't hear the word. Right? It went right over their head, like you said, over your head, went right over their head. And it was meant to go over their head. Why? Because Ahmen did not see them in the future. They're not there in the future. That's why I kept saying there is no black race in the future. Ahmen already made the judgment call on that. Ahmen already made the judgment call on that. Ahmen put it in the mind of the so-called white man to destroy or take out the 2/3 of the planet. Ahmen put it in their head to do that already. Right? So when you see people talking about, like I said, that's why I'm confused with you so-called Israelites when you sit up here and you say, oh, yeah, the Georgia Guidestones, well, they're going to get rid of, the white man going to get rid of the mass majority of people on the planet. Well, here's the thing. If y'all believe that your God or Lord is in charge of everything, then it's not the white man doing this. Isn't it your God or your Lord doing it? Isn't he just giving directions to the so-called white man on how to exterminate half the people on the planet, the mass majority of the people on the planet, to bring down the number? Isn't your God, your Lord doing that? Because if you say it's the white man doing it, then, you know, and then you say it's in opposition to the Most High. Because which one is it? Is your God doing that? Because if your God is doing that, then, or you believe your God is doing that, then what's the problem with that? I don't have a problem with the Georgia Guidestones if they are real. I don't have a problem with it. Most of the population on this planet is useless eaters. That's why you have to have a goddamn Monsanto. That's why you have to make food with no goddamn seeds in them. You got to make all this. You got to stretch the goddamn food because, again, you got too many people eating. You got too many people eating. You goddamn Israelites, you always complain about, oh, see, you know, the white man giving us this genetically modified food because he's trying to stretch the food, and the food ain't. Why you think that is? Why you think that is? It's too many goddamn people on the planet. You can't keep feeding people. Where do you think all this food coming from? You think it's going to all just keep coming from the soil? No. Ahmen gave them the intelligence to clone the food, to feed the useless eaters for the time being. Ahmen gave that to them. Ahmen gave them that. All this is of Ahmen. The judgment, he just uses the so-called white man. He uses the so-called white man to carry out the judgment. But it all comes from the top. It all comes from the top. Ahmen sends the judgment down. Ain't no man killing nobody. Ain't no man putting nobody in prison. That's all judgment from Ahmen. So that's why I don't get into this whole white man is the devil. No, I don't get into all that. I don't get into all that. I bear witness to Ahmen. Ahmen is the Most High. Ahmen is the Supreme. Only thing I might say about mankind is he a damn degenerate, and that's true. He a goddamn degenerate. That ain't got nothing to do with Ahmen. Ahmen put it forth for men to be men and all this other stuff and would be with women. And like I said, the beast chose to, you know, because of his degenerate programming, he hears something different. But, you know, even that, like I said, even that's meant to kill off a lot of the population and whatnot, to stem the population control. So that's all judgment and punishment. The idea to kill off a lot of the people on the planet or to stop affect birth rates is of Ahmen. That's of Ahmen. You understand? That's of Ahmen. Because you cannot hold, you gotta stop certain things from manifesting in order to bring the things in that you want to bring in, right? You got to stop certain things from manifesting. You have to. You have to stop thinking. You can't keep allowing people to just have sex all over the place and have babies all over the place. So Ahmen cut that down. That's why, like I said, at one point you've seen women having 12, 13 children. Now you might see the average woman have like 5 or 6 kids. That's cut down. Even amongst the so-called black women. You know what I'm saying? That's not the average for them to have real big families no more. Ahmen's deciding that. Ahmen's cutting that down. You understand that? When you see, like I said, with the thing with Nia Wilson, I put this thing up where I said, yeah, you could tell she was a demon. She was demonically possessed. Nia Wilson, you could tell she was demonically possessed. Right? That's why she had to be put to death. She in the damn video waving guns, talking about, yeah, you bitches this and you niggas this, and that was Ahmen's judgment. And she got the fast death. A lot of these black females, these chicken heads, these bird brains, they gonna get a slow death. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get a slow death. They might have their boyfriend beat their ass, put them to death, kill them. You know what I'm saying? Get some STDs, get choked out. You know what I'm saying? Anything. She just got the fast death because that was really meant to serve as a warning to a lot of you black females to wake up and stop being like this and be part of this evolution. But Nia Wilson, was a prisoner of that time frame and of that mind frame. So she had to be put to death. That was a symbolic death that Ahmen allowed to happen. Just like when Aaliyah got put to death, the singer Aaliyah, right? That was a very symbolic time when she got put to death. Ahmen put her to death, man, because she had demons on her. She was the one luring a lot of you young girls into what you see today, that Nia Wilson spirit. Aaliyah was the first of that bird brain, chicken head branch of black females, man. She had that mass appeal. You listen to the songs, she was really on some demonically possessed stuff. And look who she was around. And look at the stuff they had for her. Ahmen put her to death. Same thing with Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Tupac. All that whole thug rap thing and all the tattoos, all that comes from that image of Tupac. And what did Ahmen do? Ahmen put him to death, right along with Biggie. So Ahmen will symbolically allow a lot of these people. Now you see, fast forward, XXXTentacion, all these other people, they being put to death, man. Because Ahmen wants a different breed of young men and young women to come up. Now he'll allow the so-called white man to make the elites to make homosexuals out of a lot of you black males, because that's all y'all really were any goddamn way. Ahmen will allow the beast to make faggots out of a lot of you black males, because a lot of y'all were faggots anyway. All that thug, tough guy stuff. Ahmen just bringing out what you niggas really were anyway. That whole little Wayne generation. The niggas with them dreads and whatnot, your pants hanging off your ass. You know, you black males. A lot of y'all just going to come right out the closet any damn way. All you so-called fake thugs. That's your judgment and punishment from the Most High, man, the true Most High. Not that God you pray to, that white Jesus you pray to, that you niggas really believe in, that allows you to do your degeneracy. No, you're going to get a blast on your ass from the real Most High, the true Lord, Ahmen. You're going to get a blast on your ass. You understand? It ain't going to be no Lord forgiving you. Ain't going to be no goddamn rosary beads and you praying to white Jesus. No, nigga, all that tattooing on yourself. No, you going, man. You going. Tupac, I think he had white Jesus tattooed on him, too. You understand that? That coon spirit is getting up out of here. I'm going to allow the beast to turn it into just what it is, a homosexual spirit. So eventually, as it turns to a homosexual spirit, it will breed itself out, because you ain't going to be laying with no women. You're going to be laying with other males like you. So I'm going to allow it to breed itself out. You understand? Yeah, Lester Lopez, too. Her, too. She was a goddamn demon. So Ahmen got rid of her, too. You got to forget, Void of Pity, all these people telling me how much you love their music. These niggas was not making music, man. They wasn't making no music. That's not music, that's noise. Because any one of these guys who did their tracks, who come up from that whole hip-hop generation, these guys, all they did was sample beats and stuff like that. These guys wasn't no real musicians. There wasn't no real musicians. So anything they did was regurgitated nonsense. And half the time, the so-called white man was programming some of that stuff, too. That's why he got a lot of the publishing rights. So a lot of it had a heavy demonic energy on it. A lot of that music had a heavy demonic and negative image. So what Ahmen do? Ahmen destroyed them. Ahmed destroyed them. Now, what is Chili from Left Eye doing? She talking about she only get with white men now. That's the message because the white man paying her to say that. So they really just showing you what they all about. And what was the punishment on her? Her son looked like a little sodomite. Her son looks like a little sodomite. You understand? That's the punishment on her and the judgment on her. You understand that? So again, Ahmed is destroying a lot of these people, allowing the beast to destroy them so that our next generation can come out of that. A next generation will be like, yo, I ain't going to be like them. You understand? That's what's supposed to happen. You ain't supposed to be listening to these people's music. Like I said, and then you see, like I said, you Erykah Badu, they all showing you where they are. Ahmed's judging them right now. See, the minute they start going that way or going that route, because this is why the so-called white man is allowed to put this energy or this demonic energy out on the earth, because Ahmed allows that because it's really to trap the weak-minded. See, this is all part of the evolution. It's really to trap the weak-minded. How do you draw the weak-minded out? How do you draw them out when you want to put a stronger, mentally stronger people in? You create things to draw them out, right? So what did Ahmed do? Ahmed created the so-called white man and made him a degenerate so he could draw out you black people. So a lot of you will follow him like the damn Pied Piper. He'll let you smoke your weed, right? Walk around dreads all down your head, act like a homosexual or lesbian. He'll allow the white man to give you these things, to put these things out, and it's for the weak-minded to get trapped off in. And that's how we know that's the separation to take place from there. Right? That's how you get the separate. That's how you cause the separation. You have to put something. You have to put something in the atmosphere to draw the weak out. You have to put something there to draw them out. And that's what the white man's here for. He's here to draw you dirty niggas out, man. Dirtbag niggas. He's here to draw you out. He's here to draw out the Aaliyahs. He's here to draw out the Tupacs and the Biggies and all you people that's gonna follow them people. They're here to draw you out, man. Because those people are not in connection with Ahmed, man. They degenerates. You ones want to smoke weed all day, right? Tattoo all over your body, bunch of nonsense that don't mean nothing, right? Have illicit sex, gay sex, lesbian sex, all kind of madness that the Ahmed allows the so-called white man to put forward to take the weak people. And that's not just the black weak ones, the white ones, and all these other ones that partake in this degeneracy. That goes for you all. Now, Ahmed allowing the so-called black woman like Chili to come out here and tell me, oh, she only mixed with the so-called white man and she only date white men, and she tell another black woman to do the same thing. Why is she doing that? Because she wants to see Ahmed allowing it, because he wants to see how many of you weak-minded black swirlers going to go and follow Chili. Somebody who been damn irrelevant. But this is her hustle. This is what she got to do to make her money, to make her coins. And it's meant to pull a lot of you weak-minded black females with you. And then Ahmed's going to judge you from that, from those unions you get with the beast. He'll judge you. You understand? You're going to be judged because you broke the law. And it's in, right, the law that you claim to follow in the Bible, where it tells you not to mix your seed with the other races of people. It tells you right there. That's part of the judgment. That's real. And how you know that is, look at us. You don't have to say, I don't believe. That ain't about belief. It's about reality. Look at us. Look at us and how Ahmed separated all us by hair, complexion, skin tone, complexion. He separated us as the bronze race from the so-called white man, from the so-called Asian, from the so-called East Indian. If Ahmed wanted us all to mix like that, Ahmed would have did that himself in the beginning. Ahmed didn't intend for us to mix with these people. Ahmed did not intend that. Those people who did it, you broke the law, man. And you got to pay for that. Ahmed put it right in front of your face. So even if you say, I don't believe in that, it's in the Bible, okay, well, you don't believe in or acknowledge the Bible, look at logically and rationally, look at our genetic makeup. Look at our hair, look at our skin. We differ from everybody for a reason. We wasn't supposed to cross those lines. But for the weak-minded, I'm going to put it out there for the weak-minded to do. I'm going to put it out there and allow the weak-minded to do it and swirl and think we all the same. No, we're not all the same. And those of you who ignored that, you're going to pay. You're going to pay for that. Simple as that. You understand? You got to pay for that. So, again, judgment and punishment is heavy. It's going to rain heavy amongst our people. It's going to rain heavy amongst our people. And like I said, the judgment been coming down, the punishment been coming down for a very long time. But a lot of people don't want to face that. And again, that's how you know who the true people of the Lord, the true Lord is, versus the fake ones who claim they are. Because a lot, like I said, you so-called Israelites, you claim that, the white man is doing this, the white man. No, the white man is not doing anything. Ahmen is doing it. Ahmen is doing it. You claim you're not of the 2/3. If you wasn't of the 2/3, if you claim you the 1/3, then the real 1/3 going to have an understanding of why this has to happen, why this has to be part of the evolution, why these things are symbolic, and why they have to take place. Because Ahmen did not see these people in the future. These people cannot evolve or extend themselves into the future, so they got to go. Simple as that. Simple as that. When you see the Trayvon Martins and all this other stuff like that, Trayvon Martin is symbolic of black youth today, man. And all the black youth who are like that, they got to go, man. They got to go for a new generation of children to come up. You understand that? They got to go. You understand? This black race is sitting around here, don't think we need community. We don't need to get together. We can move as individuals. Y'all going to go, man. Ahmen ain't dealing with no individual program. Told you that. So, again, y'all meant to hear this message. This message is going to go out, and that's fine. You understand? This message is going to go out. And even, I'm going to say this, even when I got mad about, the so-called white man, the people on YouTube took the broadcast off where I talked about how we have to become one community. When they took it off YouTube, I was getting mad at that. But, I'm not mad at it anymore because I realized even that's of Ahmen. That's of Ahmen. Ahmen already, this message is going to get out one way or the other. And obviously, Ahmen don't want the mass majority of our people to get the message. But it's going to get out anyway in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of them are going to ignore it. Ahmen might be like, he don't want these black conscious niggas to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll try and take it and convert it, or you Israelites try and take it and convert it. Because y'all not really interested in being the elect. You interested more in the glory of it, and you interested in the goodies. You interested in what you think you're going to get from your Lord or your God once the so-called white man go down and whatnot. But you don't see why Ahmen put him in power in the first place. You don't see that. That just flies over you guys' head. That's why I know you're not of the elect. That flies right over you guys' head. Why the white man was put in charge in the first place. We got caught slipping, as y'all say. We got caught slipping. You understand? So all this has to come out. All this has to come out. All this has to come out in the evolution of who we are and where we must go. Because, again, people will hear this broadcast. It's going to go over the mass majority of the people's heads, and that's fine. It's supposed to. It's supposed to. When I keep telling people, you of this covenant, you better come home. Ahmen's calling you. If you was able to hear it, that means you heard the transmission. You understand? You heard something that other people weren't able to hear. And you chose not to come home and whatnot, or be a part of this, or, I can't be with it if my man ain't with it, I can't be with it because my girl ain't with it. Then you know what? Like I said it before, and I'm warning you, the things that you love in this world so much that you put before Ahmen will destroy them. Ahmen will destroy them. If you love money so much, Ahmen will take all your goddamn money. You understand? If you love your man so much, Ahmen will kill your damn man, kill your kids, kill your girlfriend, everything. In a goddamn car accident, plane crash, whatever, Ahmen will take that from you because you're not supposed to put nothing in front of Ahmen. Nothing. We live like soldiers. We obey. I tell my people to obey and live like soldiers and answer the order of Ahmen. Because that's all I'm giving out in this damn time. This ain't new to me, Carres. This is Ahmen sending it through me. I don't care. Like I said, I don't, everything that I tell the members in the community, my followers, well, really, we Ahmen's followers, is directly from Ahmen. Directly from Ahmen. And those who don't think so, you don't have to be here. You think it's me ego tripping or I'm trying to scare people like a lot of you Negroes going to say, then don't listen to me. How easy have I made it? I done diffused your argument because I'm not going to get into a back and forth because I'm not ego-driven by this. I'm only doing what I'm being told to do. I'm only transmitting what I'm being transmitted to put forward by way of Ahmen. I always put Ahmen's name out there first. And again, it ain't for those so-called white men understand that you white, low-level white trash, y'all ain't supposed to understand. Just like the low-level black trash ain't supposed to understand it. But you elites, you Caucasian Zionist elites, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And you listen to these broadcasts. I know you do. I know y'all listening to them. I set them up in a certain way with the titles because I knew you would listen. And the judgment and the punishment and the warning is going out to you all as well. You better continue to do your job, which I know you guys are going to keep doing your job. You obviously did a good job, you elites. That's why y'all being paroled off of this planet to go to Mars and to start the new colony. That I know. I know that you've done your due diligence, and so have I. You already knew I was coming. You already knew. And I'm going to do my job, and you guys continue to do your job. And we're both going to do our jobs in the name of Ahmed. Both of us. Me and you. This is the judgment and the punishment that must take hold in this day and time, going forward into the next world. I'm the one you spoke about on the next world, of the next world, and 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 so on and so forth. I am the one that will extend my people into the next world. And again, for those who can hear but are not able to comprehend, that was your judgment not to be able to hear and comprehend. This is only for the elect, this message. This message is only for the elect, only for the chosen. Pay attention. From day one, I've been telling you all to pay attention. That means listen with extended ears. Listen with extended hearing. We'll be right back. That whole only God can judge me, Tupac generation has to go. It had to go because y'all don't truly acknowledge judgment. You don't truly think that judgment is coming. Young generation here, y'all are not people who understand consequences for your actions, the things you do in this world. You don't understand that. Why? Because a lot of you were raised by menstruous women, as they say in the Bible. Menstruous women will bring forth monsters. That represents y'all. The Israelites are right about that. Right. A lot of these females are demons, and they're bringing forth little monsters, and they're going to be judged and destroyed because there's no figuring them into the future world. There's no figuring them in. You can't figure them into the future world in any kind of way. That energy cannot be converted into anything. It's just a bunch of useless, mindless, emotional energy that Amen will convert someplace else, but not into the future world or into this realm that is going to require a whole next level form of energy. And we as the elect will lead that next level of energy. We as the elect. Now, of course, you're going to have, like I said about your mulattoes, they're going to be just like the so-called white man. A lot of them are going to be just like him because he's going to help foster and father those people, and those are going to be the new degenerates. As you can see, they'll be the new degenerates, right? And they'll be the ones who carry the same mindset of the beast, but that's supposed to be, and that's basically being allowed by Amen, right? To let those blank race ones exist, but the elect will be over them. The elect will be over them. That blank race in the future. That is already the future judgment. We're just moving into it right now. That's why when I hear things about the so-called black race, being destroyed by smoking all these different strands of marijuana, destroying their minds, to swirling and race mixing, to getting shot down by police brutality. This is all a judgment of Amen for this generation. This is all the judgment and the punishment. You have to be punished if you cannot fit into society. What does the white man do when you are living in society and you committing crimes and you going crazy, you selling drugs, you killing people? What does the white man do? He takes you out of society for the good of society. Isn't that what he says? He takes you out and locks you up for the good of society, or he'll kill you for the good of society. Where do you think he get that from? That comes from Ahmed. That comes from Ahmed. When you are on the earth and you are doing the things you are doing, you being a goddamn menace, you know what I'm saying? All these things you're doing, you being a menace, you know, to the planet, to the ecosystem, to the atmosphere, to the environment of others, you're just being a goddamn menace. What happens? You're going to get destroyed. You're going to get destroyed in some way, shape, or form. Ahmen's going to have the so-called white man either lock you up in jail, right, or have another gangbanger nigga kill you, right, put you to death, right, in some way, shape, or form. But that never lasts. Notice this is why you notice these so-called gangsters, these so-called thug gangster niggas, they never last. All these so-called thug gangster niggas never last. Either niggas get put in jail by the white man, by the permission of Ahmed, put these niggas in jail, under the jail forever, and let them suffer a slow death, or they get put out of death, get put to death by another low life nigga. They get put to death by another low life nigga. But you don't see none of these guys ever get no. Because I was watching these documentaries about these guys who, they come up ahead of me, guys who basically was in the streets selling drugs, hustling, killing people, doing all this stuff. Guys, I'm from New York City, so I'm watching documentaries on a lot of these people who I ran into in my day. They were like old, some of them were older than me. I heard their names and whatnot, and I came across. So I watched the documentaries, and they're getting their punishment. A lot of these guys are sitting around, the ones who survived, who made it, the ones who either are not dead or in jail for the rest of their life, you know, basically dying. Because when you get put in jail for the rest of your life, that's just a slow death. That's a slow death. That's them taking the energy of your body and putting it someplace to basically dissipate. That's a slow death. Okay? So when they did that to these guys, and these guys basically going to sit around for the rest of their life talking about what they used to do 20, 30, 40 years ago, how much that's pure hell. Because most of these guys who got put away, they got put away in their 20s and their 30s and whatnot. They got put away. So you got to sit up in jail. And that's punishment. That's punishment. I'm going to make you sit in jail 30 years talking about what you did in your past life, what you did 20 years ago. And you might have had a 10-year run doing that. You've been a 10-year run of being a goddamn demon, right? And all these things. And these guys, if you listen to these guys talk, you know that they had some sort of transmission from Ahmed. They knew what they was doing was wrong. They had some sort of transmission to change their life. They chose not to. They chose not to. So what did Ahmed do? Ahmed took them down. Ahmed got rid of them because they were not able to be utilized in this next evolution, this next generation to come. So Ahmed got rid of them. Ahmed got rid of them. You know, that's how the natural evolution of the world is set up. Ahmed set it up to whereas, you know, if you can't make the cut within the next evolutionary stage, you're going to get faded out. You're going to get faded to black. Simple as that. A lot of these guys, it's sad to see these guys. Some of these guys is in their 40s and their 50s, and let's say these guys could live another 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You got to live in a damn jail cell talking about what you used to do all them years ago, and you might have had maybe a 10-year run doing a 15-year run, and all you can talk about is how you butchered people, how you sold drugs, basically how you were a goddamn menace, and you glorify that. And that shows you the mindset of black people because they glorify it, which is why a lot of you so-called black people are going to be judged and destroyed because your minds are messed up. Your minds are messed up. You niggas' minds are like spoiled milk, man. You niggas' minds are like spoiled milk. You understand? Anytime you gonna sit up here and you cheering about some niggas, all they did was sell drugs and kill people, and you talking about, oh yeah, God bless the dead, like a lot of you niggas in New York say, God bless the dead. These scumbag niggas, all they did was extort, sell drugs, and make your neighborhood a living hellhole and whatnot, and bully their own people. They ain't do a goddamn thing to white man. Yeah, the so-called white, they did nothing to the white man. All they did was bully and extort and kill their own people, rob their own people, and you niggas talking about God bless the dead. That shows you how sick a lot of these niggas are, man. You should be thanking the Most High these niggas are dead or in jail. But instead of you thinking like that, oh, God bless the dead, that was a good nigga, yo. You niggas need to, that's why you niggas are going to put to death, man. But like I said, the fact that you say stuff like that shows that you're already suffering from mental illness. You niggas already, mental illness is a form of slow death. That mental illness is a form of slow death. You understand? The fact that you niggas actually hold candlelight visuals in New York and put murals on the wall of scumbag niggas who was calling themselves so-called gangsters shooting up the neighborhood, that's why a lot of you, that's why you know what the judgment that is? I'm in gentrifying your goddamn neighborhoods, man. I'm in gentrifying you niggas' neighborhoods, man. Because you niggas upheld a bunch of scumbag niggas, man, who ain't did nothing but sell dope to they people, sell drugs and kill people, man. You know what I'm saying? And you glorify, you putting murals on the goddamn wall of these niggas. You understand? Like they was some great men. Niggas who died in their 20s, got put to death in their 20s, and you talking about, oh, you know, it's not about, man, this is exactly why your neighborhood is being gentrified. That's a judgment and punishment from Ahmen right there. And when the white man come in, he'll paint over all that nonsense. You understand? Because you guys had neighborhoods, so-called black race, you had your own neighborhoods and whatnot, and you let the Arabs come in, you let all these people come in here and sell food and make money off your people, send their kids to college off your ignorant asses and whatnot, and y'all refuse to come together as a community and take hold of your businesses. See, that's the judgment and punishment from Ahmed, because y'all couldn't even get your minds right enough, straight enough, in alignment logically enough to come together collectively as a community. That just goes to show you. That just goes to show you. Y'all niggas' minds are diseased, man. You niggas got diseased minds, man. That's the first form of death. So even in Chicago, when I hear about Rahm Emanuel, they said the Israelis out there, he's sending the Israeli soldiers out there that's really putting blackface on, shooting you niggas down. I don't feel sorry for that. I don't feel sorry for y'all. You understand? That's Ahmen's judgment and punishment. That's the true Lord judging you niggas, man. All that only God could judge me. No. See, when you say only God could judge you, what you really mean is you don't really believe that, because your God is the white man. You know the white man is okay with you being a gangbanger, a drug dealer, and all these other degenerate things, because that's what he is. He's a lot of the degenerate things that he despises in you. That's what he is. But see, Ahmen's going to use him to do the double whammy on you and lock your ass up. So, no, it's not okay for you to be a gangbanger, a dope dealer, because you didn't come here to be that so-called black man, bronze man. You didn't come here to be a dope dealer, a gangbanger. You fell victim mentally because you was weak. You fell victim because you was mentally weak. You got hooked up on people, place, and possession, and you forgot the Most High, man. You didn't want to hear the Most High. The Most High comes to you in that voice of logic and common sense and rationale and that voice of righteousness. When you get that voice in your head to say, yeah, I know this is wrong, I shouldn't be, I can't do this. Should I be robbing this dude or killing this dude or selling drugs to this dude? Or, I know this is wrong and whatnot. You know it's wrong, but you're going to do it anyway. Like that nigga, Beanie Siegel and, what's the other nigga, Freeway. Even though what we do is wrong, they did that song, and they talk about all the stuff, now these niggas supposed to be Muslims. They supposed to be Muslims. They put out a song, even though what we do is wrong. So if you know it's wrong, then what you doing it for? What you doing it for? You understand why? If you know it's wrong, even though in other words, you niggas know what y'all did was wrong, but you chose to keep doing the wrong thing because you following the so-called white man, and you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that. You niggas in the rap, look at Beanie Siegel. That nigga like he's sick. You understand? You guys going to pay for all that. Everything you did, you're going to pay for. That's your judgment. Your money going to go away. All the money, the stuff you love, all your money going, like you niggas who's selling all the dope and stuff like that. You know you wasn't supposed to be doing that. You could have took that mindset to make all that money and started businesses for your people and did things, could have businesses in the neighborhood and did the right thing by your people, man. You niggas chose to sell dope to your people and butcher your people, man. And you did it all for money to ride up in nice, flashy cars and have these women who don't give a damn about you. They'll sleep with anything that got money. You understand? And you did all that to get all that fame, and then what happened? You niggas got to sit in jail for the rest of your life with nothing. The white man come in and take it all from you. That's Ahmen. Hail Ahmen. The white man come and take it all from you. He take all that shit from you. your $80,000 BMW, your Mercedes Benz, your big body Benz. He come and take all that from you niggas. Take your house. You understand? Everything. Allow your family to get killed by some grimy, dirty niggas. So again, that's judgment and punishment. And you rappers who glorified that life, you niggas, the white man done basically destroyed y'all careers. Y'all can't even make no more money. You understand? He basically destroyed you niggas' career. He ain't playing y'all music no more. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's judgment. That's the judgment Tupac kept talking about. And then that nigga got judged. Right along with Biggie, his boy. Because, see, again, y'all didn't think the white Jesus was going to come and judge you, but the white Jesus was going to come and put his arm around you and understand y'all and whatnot. But, see, y'all was fucking with the wrong Lord. Y'all was fucking with the wrong Lord, the wrong God. Y'all was fucking with that false God. The real Lord, the Most High Ahmen, found it expedient to dispatch you niggas. Found it expedient to dispatch you niggas. ASAP. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. In the name of Ahmen, by the power of Ahmen. Let's take a call. 415.
Hey, how's it going, Nubin?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, I just wanted to ask a few questions. Do you believe that there is a curse on black men? Because I always notice this, and everyone notices this, but it just seems like how black men kill each other. It's like when they do it, they don't have any remorse. It's like they just go and kill each other for the smallest things, and it's like they have no remorse. They can sleep, tight at night, killing another black man. But these same dudes, if a racist white man get in their face, call them, niggas and all this other stuff, they ain't going to do nothing but just walk away. There's videos on YouTube of racist white men getting in so-called gangster black men's face, and they just looking at them like they're crazy, and they don't do nothing to them. But it's like if a black man get in his face, he blow his brains out. Do you believe that there is a curse on black men? Because it seems like black men just have so much hate for each other. They don't value each other's lives. They have no respect for each other. And there's this term that they use in the hood, that these thugs use in the hood, called getting bodies. They say getting bodies like them bragging on how many black men they done killed. It's like they make a mockery out of killing each other. It's like nothing to them. It's like they don't value black men's lives. Do you believe that this is a curse, or how did this happen to our people? How did this happen, in your opinion?
Well, let me say, number one, I don't believe in anything, and I do know it is a punishment. It is a judgment and punishment, because the so-called black man, what you calling the so-called black man, went under the control and follows the so-called white man. So because he decided to follow the so-called white man, the Most High, and go into that mindset, because that mindset of black men killing each other, that's the mindset of a Caucasian, a white man. So a lot of these men, these black males, got the mindset of Caucasians, and they have become demonically possessed by Caucasian spirits. That's why if you ever notice these guys, they'll get in a trance-type state, and a lot of these guys, at one time when that gangster thing was going on, these guys was calling themselves after white gangsters like Luciano, Lucchese, and all these other guys, because these are all white gangsters who hated black people. So where do you think the spirit of those white gangsters went? It went into the bodies of these Negroes. That's why they so hard on other black men, and they love Caucasians. They love the so-called white man, because again, they got the spirit and the mind of Caucasians in them. That is the punishment and the judgment, that they will continue to kill one another, because they got the spirit of the beast on them and the mind of the beast. Wow.
It's terrible. So do you believe that the only solution to fix this problem is...
Actually, it's not terrible. It's actually good.
Oh, no,
it's good.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Because these niggas need to all kill each other, man. And then, like I said, because Ahmen's allowing that, so we can bring forth another generation of new and next level children. So we got to get rid of the filth. These niggas are filth, man. So, like I said, I don't feel sorry for them.
Yeah. And do you believe that the only solution to fixing this problem is pretty much all those dudes need to be annihilated pretty much from this world?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. 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 I'm
okay, I agree with that.
Because again,
I agree with
that. The wrong message because they not only poison, they poison people are going to poison other people. So these niggas will turn around and poison your children. They'll poison your daughters. Whatever you're trying to raise, they're going to try to degenerate in some way, shape, or form because they're poison people. So Ahmed gives the judgment for the so-called white man to basically destroy them, or these niggas destroy each other. That's the best thing you could do is not to be nowhere in sight around these people. Don't live around these people, nothing. Let the beast destroy them or let them destroy themselves.
So these same thugs, these same dudes who claim to be thugs and gangsters and, they, killing each other, why do they never, whenever the white man is in their face, why do they never do anything? Why are they afraid of a white man? Do you think that goes back to slavery or what do you think?
Yeah, that and also they got the spirit of the white man on them. They black versions. They nothing but colored versions of white men. They're nothing but a bunch of colored white men. That's why they look perplexed because they feel they're the same as the so-called white man. They are the same as him. The white man don't see it that way, but they got the spirit of the so-called white man on them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's everything you just said is legit, man. But do you think that this is a problem for black men such as yourself? That we have to live with.
I'm not a black man, sir. I'm not a black man. I'm a bright man. I'm not a black man.
I'm not a
black man. I associate with the black
race.
That's
just a term that everybody understands.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, but I'm
only you that is just a term
that's why I
so-called black men.
Okay, I'll accept that, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, great men like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad have been trying to kill that terminology for over 60, 70 years. That's why he would say the so-called black man. So me being 60 or 70 years up from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'm going to say straight up the bright man, I'm not part of the black race. And I don't claim black men as my brothers. They're not my brothers. I'm claiming the bright men who are coming out of the black race as my brothers on the other side, the next level. I don't have nothing to do with the so-called black man because the black man got all kind of demons on him along with the so-called black woman. So they're not my brothers and sisters. They're not.
Yeah. Another story I have, a friend of mine, he goes to a, all-white college, and it's out in L.A., and it's kind of like he goes to like an all-white college out in L.A., and he was at the grocery store, and a couple of black thugs was up in there, and mind you, it was mostly white dudes that was in the grocery store, and just probably the only black people was just my friend and those two thugs, and for some reason, out of all those white dudes that was in there, these dudes decided to try to follow my friend out to the parking lot and rob him. Out of everybody in there, they chose him, another black man. But all these white dudes up in there, they chose him to try to rob. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. They only want to hurt each other. And that's a problem, man.
Well, once you understand the mindset of the so-called black man, right? The only way you can understand the mindset of the so-called black man is not to be one of them. See, when you one of them, or when you think you one of them, you'll always try to sympathize. And when you sympathize, you're using emotion. You're using emotion to try to understand something that requires logic and rationale to comprehend. And that is that you so-called black men are diseased mentally. They are mentally diseased. And because they're mentally diseased, following behind the so-called white man and opening themselves up as a vessel for white demonic and spirit energy, this is why they do that to each other. You understand? This is why they attack and do that to each other. So again, when you understand it on a higher level that these people are demonically possessed, you stay away from them. You don't want to have nothing to do with them. You don't call them your people. I don't claim the black race because the black race is a degenerate version of what we used to be that was produced by the so-called white man. And because the so-called black race, they have the spirit of the so-called white man on them and whatnot to be degenerates and they accept his ways and his actions and whatnot, That's why I said they need to destroy them.
Exactly.
They need to be destroyed. They need to be destroyed.
And have you noticed that yeah. Have you noticed that young black men that were born in like the early 2000s or the late 90s, the millennials, the early 2000s and the late 90s young black men, they seem more demonic and degenerate than ever. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Well, it's all coming to a head, brother. That's what happens. Certain things have to come to a head, you know what I'm saying, for things to happen. When you see things get to their worst, that means a change is coming. So you see things have to get to their worst point. I don't think it can get any worse than this. These guys are gone, man. Like I said, ain't no sense in even talking to them anymore. They're gone. And like I said, it's a heavy degenerate energy on these people. And when you can't degenerate, when you're that far gone, Ahmen's going to just go ahead and destroy you. You know? So
you can definitely see that these times are the end of the black. You can definitely see it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, the end of the white race, the end of the black race, that's all that's getting folded up, brother. All that black and white things getting folded up. They're going to be one race, and Ahmen's going to allow that and whatnot because they all got the same mentality anyway. So when people see me getting on the so-called black race, I get on the white race, they all got the same degenerate mentality. So I just saw this video. They had this video on my page where they had this Jewish rabbi, this white Catholic priest, this white Jewish rabbi, and this black homosexual, and they talking about God smoking marijuana. So once you see stuff like that, brother, that's the end. The end. Fade the
Wow.
All right?
Well, in my opinion, I believe that these are good times you're living in because these times need to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right, hail Ahmen. But listen, brother, thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
thank you. All right, we're going to play a little bit of music. We'll be right back. A lot of you so-called black men, you got demons on you, and the demons are allowed to attack you and destroy you because that is a judgment and punishment of Ahmen. You probably did something in your life that was foul, or you chose not to listen to Ahmen. So, again, these demons attack you, right? Like you might have some guys who just got, they keep, these street guys who got cuts all in their face now. You've been in fights with guys. They always get in fights, getting cut up in their face, get shot, get stabbed. And Ahmen will let those guys live because they done probably, did a whole lot worse. Probably done raped a woman or killed somebody or did some stuff they weren't supposed to do, or they open themselves up as demonic vessels. Like the brother was saying, Negroes who just got that curse on them, they just constantly killing other black men and whatnot. Again, that's a form of judgment and punishment for those men who are getting killed by these demonic niggas, man. These demonic niggas, like I said, they got the spirit of the so-called white man, the damn beast in them. That's why they kill each other and cut each other, slash each other, and they meet that fate. Like I talked about Nia Wilson, right? And I did a broadcast on her not too long ago. I just happened to come across these videos of Nia Wilson, right? Everybody talked all this stuff about Nia Wilson. Oh, she a good girl and this, that, and third. She had these videos up on YouTube talking about killing niggas, killing this, and setting up other chicks and doing this, that, and the third, and all that nigga nonsense rapping her and another female doing and whatnot. This is what she's doing with her time. She's not somewhere being a real woman and whatnot, being a real woman or all about the Most High and whatnot, really about the Most High. But who knows, she might have heard this message or came across somebody who was speaking some form of righteousness, or somewhere in her head it said, maybe what I'm not doing is right. But she ain't want to hear all that. She want to, like that, this young generation here, they want to get caught in the moment of this degenerate, low-level submental transmission that Ahmen allows the beast to put out to sway and take a lot of these people under. Because, again, that's who's controlling this trap music, this monkey music, this whole weed and drug culture, this bitches and hoes culture that you Negroes is embracing and whatnot, this low-life, grimy nigga mentality that you do. The so-called white man's in charge of that. And Ahmen allows him to put that out there just so that you niggas could get caught up in that. And, again, it shows and exposes your weak mind. So, therefore, when you get caught up in that, knowing that it's wrong, even if you haven't even heard this word of mentellect, you know in the back of your mind that you have to start off in the beginning knowing that what I'm listening to and what I'm taking part in is wrong, man. It's something got to be something greater than this. If you don't even hear that and you just embracing the degeneracy, then again, that's judgment coming for you, man. That's judgment. That's judgment. And she got judgment. She got judged. She talking about setting niggas up. She's in the video posing with guns and whatnot. Or like she might have killed somebody on the low. Nobody know about kill another girl, been part of beating down, stomping out another girl, and what she got in return. She got slashed. She might have slashed the chick in her face. Like a lot of you females do. Y'all carry razors and whatnot. She might have slashed a girl in her damn face with a bunch of other girls on that whole demonic energy thing. And see what happened to her. Because, again, I definitely acknowledge the reality that what comes around goes around. When you in that rotative world of the so-called beast, that three-dimensional world, and that rotation world, what goes around, what you do in this life is going to come right back around to you. You understand? And it came back around to her. It came back around to her and the message she was sending out. Now, like I said, a lot of people don't want to accept that because, you know, this culture here, you understand? Right? You mentioned this culture here that don't want to, you know, they don't want to accept that. Right? So, again, these people who are putting people to death, like I said, Ahmed put that on them to put these people to death, man. Ahmed puts it on those certain people to put them to death. Ahmed will send that telepathic message or that transmission to the so-called white man or the so-called black man to put certain people to death, man. Because those people cannot be part of the evolution, man. That evolution is going to be based in law and order, man. It's going to be based in law and order. I mean, you're always going to have certain people who are going to be degenerates, you understand? But Ahmed is trying to, you know, get rid of the high volume of that degeneracy here. So these people got to be sacrificed. Black, white, and everything in between, they got to be sacrificed. And if you with these people, you're going to be sacrificed too. Or it might be just meant for you to watch them be sacrificed so you can get it right, man. Get yourself together. You understand that? This is real. It's not a game. This is coming from this is coming from the highest point, from the Most High, from the Creator, from the continuous one, and whatnot on this evolutionary change, man. That's coming down. Again, this is beyond your God and beyond your devil, beyond your Jesus, beyond your Allah and whatnot. What y'all think? All I got to do? Because I was watching this guy say, "Oh, you know, all you got to do if you know, all you got to do is pray to God, and you know, and then the Muslim guy saying pray to God, and you know, whatever, and repent for your sin." Look, man, it's certain things that can't be repented from, man. Because you know, again, it's not about being sorry. It's about correcting your actions, really correcting your actions, and how you correct your actions is being part of this evolution, man. You understand? Because I did things in my earlier life that I'm not proud of. I've done things. But I was always willing to correct myself. I was willing to go through the correction. You understand? I got a past. I was in them streets. You understand? But I was always willing to correct myself. I didn't embrace that. You'll never hear me talking about, oh, yeah, I used to do this, I used to do that. There's a lot of things. There's things I did, like I said, I'm not going to even talk about because I'm not proud of that. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of guys out here who embrace that street life and talk about what they used to do and the type of niggas they are. I'm not doing that, man. I'm embracing what Ahmed gave me the job to do, man. That's what I'm embracing. You understand? I'm embracing the job. My life started when I started this mission. All that other crap, I was dead, man. I was dead. I was embracing the death style. Understand? Not no lifestyle. I was embracing the death style. I'm embracing the lifestyle now. Now that I'm doing the work of Ahmed because I know my purpose. And those of you who heard this message and whatnot, your purpose is supposed to be to do the will of Ahmed, man, not to be sitting here, I'm with it as long as I like what's being said, or my boyfriend or my girlfriend with, or whoever, my family. Well, man, it ain't for your family, it ain't for your boyfriend, it ain't for your girlfriend. It might not be meant for them to get it, man. You just got to suck it up, man. But if it was meant for you to get it and you turn this transmission away because they didn't get it, then your ass is going to be destroyed, man. Your ass is going to be destroyed. And I'm going to send all them people who you loved and embraced so much that you was willing to sacrifice hearing this message for and being a part of this future evolution. I'm going to send them against you because that same boyfriend that you love, he might come and give you an STD. Your mother might kick your ass out the house. You understand? She flip on you. You understand? All them people that you embraced because you didn't want to accept this message, they're going to turn on you in some way, shape, or form. They're going to turn on you. That's real. Ahmed will make them turn on you. That's real. You understand that? That's real. Nobody, Ahmed, ain't no respect of persons. No respect of persons. It's all about Ahmed, man. So people come to me and tell me, yeah, brother, you know, when I get right, or I'm going through things with my family and this, that, and the third, and my children, my grandma. I don't give a shit about your grandchildren and your children. I don't give a shit about that. Or your boyfriend or girlfriend. Who cares? I'm going to look at you like, why are you telling me that? Why are you telling me? You think I care? I told you, I'm like the Ahmed Bing when you told me some stuff like that. I'm like, don't come to me telling me about your family. I don't give a shit about your family. Anything you know, my word, you know what I'm going to tell you. Your family don't accept it, then you know what I'm going to say, F them. I said it about mine, so how am I going to sit up here and have some sympathy about you? I don't work off emotion no more. I don't know. It's getting scarier and scarier and scarier. But and I'm like, that's not scary, but it's the reality of it. I really don't work off emotion at all. I don't have any emotional, thing when it comes to this. I don't. I really acknowledge like I'm like a soldier doing my job. I'm a servant and I'm a soldier doing my job. I'm a soldier of Ahmed who's doing what I'm told to do. That's it, man. I don't care about nothing else. So don't come telling me shit, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit. Give a shit about your boyfriend, your partner, your girlfriend. I don't give a shit about none of that. Your kids, your grandkids. I don't give a fuck about your grandkids. Fuck your kids and your family. They not of Ahmed, fuck them. Because Ahmed going to say fuck them. That Ahmed saying giving a big fuck you to the black race right now. Fuck y'all. You understand? That's what it is. So let me go ahead and read these before I get out of here. What is the judgment and punishment for those disobeying Ahmed's transmission? Death. Slow death or quick, however you want it. However Ahmed chose to dull it out, but it's death. And like I said, the first thing that happens is you start to lose your mind. That's the mental death. That's it. What is Ahmed's transmission? Ahmed's transmission is mentellect. Raw and uncut, just like that, mentellect. And it is about for the evolution of us who are coming out of the black race, right? As the bright ones, as the Mentellians, as a new community or a next level community of people that's coming out of the ashes. Why is it being sent in the three-dimensional world now? Because we have to move into the fourth dimension if we're going to move into that state of rulership. And we're not holding back for nobody. Nobody. Will this be a major evolutionary judgment? Yes, it will be. And it is happening now. And it's happening in stages as Ahmed dictates. Anybody who think I'm playing, like I said, leave from amongst me and then watch what happens. Who are under judgment today? We are heavily the Mentellians and the black race. The black race and the white race, they've already been judged already. They've already been judged. That's already a done deal. But we heavily under judgment as the Mentellians. So we better do the right thing. We better move in alignment with Ahmed. And that's it. So we're gonna close this out in the name of Ahmed, by the power of Ahmed, and Ahmed we trust, and Ahmed we think, and Ahmed we continue forward forever. Hail Ahmed, hail the Mentellians. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares. This has been Mentellect Radio. I'll see you guys tomorrow here at 10. I'll be back passing out more judgment from Ahmed and extending the people. Good night.
Rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell Ahmed, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me.